is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, I'm Griper here, and this is a DC Legends video. So, as you may or may not know, I started a series called Riddle Me This. And in this series, it's basically just answering the questions from you, subscribers, viewers, about DC Legends, really geared towards early mid-game players, blah, 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 blah. In any case, I spoke with Hatemael about it, and he would like to do a podcast geared towards like a monthly podcast. I was going to do this kind of video weekly. So this Sunday, we're going to be recording the first episode of the podcast, and we also decided to do a DCL fantasy draft. So where we're going to take a pool of the heroes and basically draft them. Let me go ahead and do that. So where we're going to take a pool of the heroes and fantasy draft them. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to try to prepare my draft board. Let's get over here real quick. I'm going to try to prepare my draft board and decide what tunes I want to try to go for first, second, whatever. And the idea here is to draft a team and then two alternates so that we can kind of face each other. Honestly, the problem that I'm having right now is, as you can see, I have it in tiers, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and these are just the level of priority for me. Now, an alliance mate of mine, Dr. Zibarro, is also going to join in on the draft. Now, I've listened to Hatemael for a while, and this is strategy talk now. Now we're talking strategy and tactics. I've listened to Hatemael for a while, and I know the kind of tunes that he tends to favor. He doesn't like RNG because apparently his RNG sucks, and he likes stun locking. He likes stun. I myself like turn meter and stun, and Dr. Zibarro, who is my Yoda. Whenever I say my Yoda, that's the guy I'm referring to. He knows everything. He's a genius. He's a genius when it comes to this game. So I don't know which way he's going to go. That's the problem I have. And then also I have to take into account the current meta, what's going on in PvP, etc., etc. So right now, I'm going to try to talk my way through what I want to do for the draft. And so, as you can see here, let me pull everything up. And I'm having to check back and forth to make sure all the screens are okay. The problem that I'm having is, given the current, I don't know what order I'm drafting, right? That's the first. So if I were first, then I already know who the first should be. And I mean, maybe if that's the case, then I should just put him down first. I know that I would, don't do that. What are you doing? I know that I would first draft, go back, sir. Go back. I know that the first one the first one I would take is Martian Manhunter, right? He manipulates turn meter. At the very beginning, so it gives you that boost, that speed boost that you're going to need to play. And if you don't do that, then you're at a really big disadvantage. You have to kind of form your team to be very defensive in order to even withstand what's going to happen next. So that would also mean that Cheetah would have to be second off the board because she's the other team lead who boosts turn meter by, I think it's 20%. They both do 20%, if I'm not mistaken. So those two have to be the first two off the board in my view. Now, in terms of draft order, I want to be either first or third. For those of you who listen to the All Fantasy Everything podcast, I want the hot corner. It's going to be a serpentine draft, and so I want to be able to take two tunes at the same time so I can kind of do the duo thing that I like to do so much. That being said, if I'm stuck in the middle, which I think is like the worst position, if I'm stuck in the middle, I'm a bit screwed. However, if I go third, then I'm almost certain that Cheetah and Martian Manhunter won't be on the board. That's the other thing. And so I'm going to have to kind of work. If I'm first, I'm taking Martian Manhunter. If I'm second, I'm taking Cheetah. If I'm third, who would I take? If I'm third, that means they already have their two leads, right? So then I don't need to worry about leads. So if I am third, then I'm going to take one of my favorite duo pair, which is going to be Hawk Girl, and then where is she? That I put on this list, Killer Frost. Those would be my third and fourth picks. Now, of course, if one of them does something unexpected, it takes, you know, a Red Hood instead of Martian Manhunter or something like nuts like that, then I'm gonna take the Martian Manhunter and then and then maybe take Hawk Girl behind it on the back of that. I think. Or if Martian Manhunter and Cheetah are still there, should I still take Hawk Girl and Killer Frost? Because I'm kind of leaning towards just taking that duo first. I'm kind of leaning towards that being my first to take. Plus, I know, or I feel as though it'll cut Hatemael off at the legs a bit because I know he's gonna want Hawk Girl at least. So those would be my first, second, and third. That's first, second, third, fourth, right? So that would be. So the next on the list, who would I take next? I want to lean towards Kaga because of his ability to remove. Let's go ahead and put him up here. His ability to remove debuffs, reduce turn meter. As much, you guys know I love turn meter and I love stun. But then in the current meta, Black Flash is so important, right? Black Flash is massively important. So if that's the case, but Black Flash is also kind of squishy. So if I'm taking Martian Manhunter, that awareness will protect Black Flash unless one of them drafts Shiva. And I don't think Shiva's going to go in this draft. I don't think she's good enough to go. We're going to do 6 rounds, by the way. It's going to be 6 rounds where we're doing 4. I don't know if I said this already. Where we're doing 4 quote-unquote starters and then 2 alternates, right? To kind of just loosen things up a bit. I don't think Shiva's going to go in this draft. She's not strong enough, I don't believe. So I think that I could get away with getting Black Flash. But Kaga does so much, though. And Black Flash, he does his one thing, and the one thing he does is really well, which is turn meter manipulation. But he's also squishy, and he can be taken out quick. If they get a Harley Quinn, if they get a Harley Quinn, then Black Flash, it can be neutralized really quickly. I don't know. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna next on the board. Okay, I'm gonna go with my heart set in my head maybe, and go ahead and take Kaga, and then of course Black Flash has to be next if he's there, if he's available. So let's say the draft happens, I go third. If I go third, it's gonna be Martian Manhunter is gonna be gone, Cheetah's gonna be gone. I'm gonna take Killer Frost and Hawk Girl. Then that means Black Flash is not going to be there when it gets back around to me. Kaga's not going to be there when it gets back around to me. Oh, this is starting to get hard. I didn't realize this was going to be this. I knew it was going to be like not great, but I didn't. Oof. And then probably someone's going to go after Azrael. I'm not going to go after Arcus, I don't think, or Artemis. Cassandra Cain can be a pain. Oh my goodness. I did not realize this would be that difficult. Especially not knowing. If I knew the draft order, it'd be a little bit different. But I don't know the draft order. Kilowog would neutralize Azrael. But if I have the opportunity, should I take Azrael first or should I take Killer? You know what? No. Let's not be stupid. Let's not try to go against the grain. I'm very into building teams that people don't. I have my boring teams that I build for people for just getting through stuff. But a lot of times I like to build teams that I lose a lot because I like to just try stuff that's different. So then you have to go with Azrael. And if Azrael isn't there, then I have to go Kilowog because I need something to neutralize Azrael, right? And then Kilowog has actually got a turn meter manipulation, stun. So that seems like the next logical choice to me. Now, if Black Flash isn't there, I need something to counteract Black Flash. And that to me would be Cassandra Cain. But then should I put Cassandra Cain over Azrael and over Kilowog? Or should I have her after Kilowog? Ooh. Let's see. I don't know. This is going to be tough. And then if I do go third, all these names I've put down, I still haven't gotten the lead yet. All right, so Cassandra Cain. If someone else has Black Flash already, then I'm going to need a counter to Black Flash. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take Azrael and Kilowog, and I'm gonna move them down one. Cassandra Cain, I'm gonna put next. Harley Quinn, I think, is the best counter to Black Flash, but she's not reliable. She's too RNG based. So I'm gonna do Cassandra Cain. If Black Flash is already gone, that means that she will be my counter to Black Flash. Azrael will be after Cassandra Cain, and then that means if Azrael is gone, I'm gonna take Kilowog. But if I have Azrael and I have Black Flash, I won't take Cassandra or Kilowog, I don't think. So then next, I still don't have a lead, and Enchantress, I think, is right there with Red Hood as one of the best leads after Lex, Martian Manhunter, and Cheetah. I think there's a second tier there. You have Martian Manhunter, you have Cheetah, and then you have a second tier there where it's like Red Hood, Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, Enchantress. So I think I'm going to put Enchantress as my lead, because I like the damage immunity that she gives you at the start of the battle. Oh no. You know what? No, I'm wrong. I'm going to take Wonder Girl. Because at this point, if I don't have a lead, then I don't need to really worry about it too much. I'm going to have my choice of leads. Like, like I said, there is that second tier. So why worry about it? To me, getting Red Hood or getting Enchantress or Green Lantern, is all of them are just as good as the other to me. So I can just grab whatever one's there, right? So if I don't get the two leads that I want in the beginning, then I'm going to try to grab one at the end. And we all know what a nightmare Wonder Girl can be. However, Wonder Girl needs a taunter. I do not have... I do have some buffers in here. So let's go ahead and put Donna Troy after Wonder Girl. How many is that? That is... I got 11. So I'll do a couple more before I sign off on this video. So Donna Troy is next. Love Wally West. But if I don't have the leads, then Wally West is useless. Even if I do have the leads, Wally West isn't really that useful. Star Sapphire, her buff immunity on her A3, it could be very useful in a battle, depending on who they have. Etrigan's a personal favorite. He buffs like a madman. So yeah, I think if I can't get my first two leads, then I'm going to save my lead for the end, and my lead is going to either be Red Hood, Enchantress, Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, so I'm not even going to put them on the list. I think I'm going to go with Star Sapphire. I got a lot of mystics in here. This is mystic heavy. Star Sapphire. Why am I typing when I can just copy paste? Alright. So Star Sapphire, she has her... Ooh, don't do that. Don't do that. So Star Sapphire, she has a debuff immunity, strength downs, intelligent downs. I think that's a good call. I love Eclipso, but he's not really that useful. So yeah, there's Star Sapphire. Alright, so then who would be my last pick here? The last two. Black Adam. I don't even know why I put him on this list. Black Adam isn't really useful right now. I'm not going to put any of my leads on there because of what I explained earlier. Artemis. Nobody here has a Reviver. And I don't think Reviver is going to get picked. So if there's a Reviver picked, I'll pick Artemis or Huntress. Huntress can also be in that third tier. Alright. So let's go with don't really want to use Enchantress off lead either, so I'm just gonna leave her out there. And now, is there anyone that I missed? Not really, unless somebody's obnoxious enough to get Superman. I don't need Black Hand. Roz, I think, is like the third tier of those leads. I love using him. He's so much fun, but he's not exactly useful here. Okay, so you know what? Let's not overthink it. Let's go ahead and put Etrigan in there. I love something. But God, this is really Mystic heavy. I thought I had too many energy. This is Mystic heavy. And yes, I know I'm leaving Power Girl off before you guys like say anything. I'm not really thinking about Power Girl at the moment. Maybe Chemo. Chemo can be ridiculously... What just happened there? Chemo can be ridiculously obnoxious. So maybe Chemo as a taunter. Who do I go with? Who do I go with? Who would be my last one on the board? Wow. I did not think this would be so complicated. Good thing I decided to make a list beforehand and not just do it randomly. Red Hood is good off lead, to be fair. So is Enchantress, technically. I could do Cersei just to bug Hatemael. I know how much he loves her. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Hippolyta? Stack those buffs. Who do I need to counter? Who do I need to counter? Alright, so I have 2 physicals in there, 3 physicals in there. I have a few energy. Alright, you know what? Let's go with Tried and True, my homegirl. Let's go with Power Girl. Okay, so this is my board. This is the board. This is my draft order. I'm sure it'll change somehow, some way. In the middle of everything, you think of something and you try to figure things out. But my draft order is going to be from first wish to last is Martian Manhunter, Cheetah, Hawk Girl, Killer Frost, Kaga, Black Flash, Cassandra Cain, Azrael, Killer Wog, Wonder Girl, Dark Choice, Star Sapphire, Etrigan, and Power Girl. That is my lead. That's my draft order. This is my draft board. This is the one I'm going to go with tomorrow. Today's Saturday. Tomorrow, Sunday, when we actually record the podcast. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you found it enjoyable. I'm really nervous about this. I don't know why I'm so nervous. This doesn't even do anything. Be on the lookout for the poll after the draft because we're going to draft our teams and then we're going to put up a poll and have you guys vote on which team you think would win. We're trying to build complete teams, not just the best team. So the team should have synergies. In any case, thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.